Hi, I'm Mac. Hi, I'm Ruckus. And together, we're Maximum Ruckus!
What's up, Internet? Welcome to Maximum Ruckus, the show that doesn't have a tagline yet.
Yeah!
I'm Brandon, aka Jose Ruckus, and joining me is Makenna May.
It's me! Happy May Day!
Happy May Day! We're recording this on May Day, of course. Makenna and Campbell and Rodney's birthday.
All of us.
Happy birthday, Makenna.
Thank you. It's been a good one.
Glad to hear it.
Yes, eating lots of Snickers.
Yeah. Okay. So you told me you were eating Snickers before we went live. Are these full size Snickers? These mini Snickers?
They're
mini Snickers. Okay.
They're the individually wrapped mini Snickers. I got them.
Those left over from Easter. Yeah.
I got them in my Easter basket. I've been going through a Snickers phase, not phrase. Snickers phase lately. So I went Skittles. Oh, no. Okay. So the Skittles still into Skittles, but Snickers I think have overtaken as my favorite candy. I think.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting. I'm definitely a big Snickers fan. I really like caramel.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I like peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
I like chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
So the Snicker definitely appeals to me. I don't know if I'd put it. I don't know how high I would put a Snickers up on my favorite candies.
Oh, see, it used to be Reese's peanut butter cups. I like the peanut butter, but I ate too many. And sometimes you get the old Reese's peanut butter cups, and they don't hit, as the kids say.
Yeah?
And Snickers, I'm telling you what, they hit. So far every time, knock on wood. Except in ice cream. I don't like them in ice cream because the caramel gets too hard.
Yeah. I'm generally opposed to putting candy in ice cream.
Really?
Because of this reason. Everything gets too cold and then the candy gets super hard to eat.
Yeah. What? Sorry, go on.
So you can do it with Reese's peanut butter cups normally pretty well. But you got to get full-sized ones and you got to break them. If you get like the little ones, they're too thick and then you can't eat it.
Yeah, exactly. Like the really, really small ones, it's like, why are you try? Like, no. That's not.
But see, I love the little ones.
Oh yeah.
The unwrapped ones that you get in the bag, and I'm like grabbing handfuls of them.
Oh,
it's fun.
Down. Oh yeah. Do you have a go-to Blizzard at Dairy Queen?
I haven't been to a Dairy Queen in so long.
Let me tell you what. They just brought back one of my favorite Blizzards. It's the S'mores Blizzard. It's got graham cracker. Now, I'll tell you what. Normally, that's a lie. I still probably would have gone for it. But let me... The piece de resistance, if you will. The chocolate has the marshmallow in the middle of it. So you get all three components of a s'more plus ice cream.
I'm a big fan of the s'more Pop-Tart.
Yes.
You had the s'more Pop-Tart? Big fan. I had one of those this morning.
Ooh. Now, do you toast?
Usually no, but sometimes. But mostly no.
I like toasting cookie dough Pop-Tarts. Those, cause it's like a cookie.
I think I've only had one of those once.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember if I liked it or not, to be honest.
We'll go through phases in my house where like my dad and I will eat boxes of cookie dough Pop-Tarts and then never want to see one for a year until we rinse and repeat. I think it's coming up soon. I think our cookie dough 2023 Renaissance is coming up. I don't think the Renaissance. That's
exciting.
Breaking news. Sixers won.
Really?
119 to 115.
Wow.
Without Joel Embiid.
James Harden had high 40-point game. So, James really, really good. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's crazy. I really thought the Celtics were going to win that one.
Me too. But guess what? They didn't. Look at that. It's coming home. It's coming home.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
So 76ers are never going to win anything.
No, we need it. We need something. Please. We've been teased too many times in the last 6 months. We just want something. Celtics can't. No, people
Yeah,
said it was going to be.
I mean, Boston's having themselves some struggles right now. What with the Bruins and all that.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh
Tough
well,
out there.
sucks to be in Boston.
Yeah, see, I don't like any. That's the thing is I don't like any because they're all East Coast teams. So I don't like any of them.
East Coast, West Coast.
No, not a fan. Especially don't like New York teams. So
yeah,
the Knicks really want them to lose to the Heat.
Oh, it'd be great if
I
the
hate
Heat.
New York.
Yeah, that's fair. Because Heat playing.
Jimmy Buckets.
Jimmy Buckets.
He's doing his thing.
He's bucking it up. Bucketing it up. Oh, it's basketball terms.
Yep, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
That's when you watch NBA tonight. That's what Charles Barkley's always saying. He's out there bucketing it up.
Yeah, exactly like that. It's swish and flick, I don't.
That's a Harry Potter reference.
Listen, I don't know professional basketball. I learned like a month or two ago, 6 fouls in not 5.
Gone.
Was trying to figure out why Joel Embiid was still on the court when he had 5 fouls. I'm like, shouldn't he be up?
Normally they do pull the player off when they get their 5th foul and make them sit out, for a decent portion of the rest of the game or whatever. But yeah, no, you get 6.
Did you play the basketball growing up?
No. I mean, like pick up basketball or whatever, like at school or whatever. But no, I never played organized basketball.
I played for 5 years. Fouled out once in 8th grade.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Taking down the kids.
Hell yeah.
3 out of the 5 of them dumb fouls, but I still fouled out. So.
The enforcer, Makenna May.
The enforcer, definitely not the bench warmer.
Well, no, but that's what you want from me because you don't want your enforcer to be a regular rotation player, right? Because then they foul out and then you lose. They need to be coming off the bench, putting in hard fouls to the other team's stars.
That was me.
That's what you need, yeah.
Tripping the kids.
Oh, you can't. You're not supposed to be tripping people again. That's dangerous.
You get a little pressure for it. It's okay. I only gave. Oh, that wasn't even in a game, and it was with my own teammate. I gave a girl on my team a bloody nose one time. From a high five.
You missed a high five?
I missed a high five so bad I hit her in the nose. Bloody nose. Her little brother said he was gonna beat me up. And he probably could take me down.
Yeah, I think that if you're so uncoordinated that you can't properly execute a high five, you probably shouldn't be playing basketball.
It's a big reason why I was bench warmer. You look up bench warmer in the dictionary, it's just that moment of me giving her a high five right to the nose over and over. And
yeah.
That's all you need to know. That's it.
It's amazing.
Guess what? You know who else is going to win? Chelsea. We're going to come back.
Really? Are we?
No. We're never going to come back.
No. Look, we're happy that we're not going to get relegated. We're going to talk about that later in the show, Makenna. I've got some things. I got some things planned out for this. Because this is the very first episode of Maximum Ruckus, Makenna. New show we're doing here over at whatever this business endeavor is known as. Because it's not just HBO Max anymore.
No, that is true. What is the umbrella term for us now?
I like Maximum Ruckus being the thing that we use.
I do too, and
the overall.
Better if legal comes into play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a fan of keeping the Maximum Ruckus. Love a pun. Love a homophone,
Makenna, I've been thinking a lot about The Simpsons lately. Like a lot.
I haven't, but
no.
No.
So I started rewatching the series. I went back because I haven't actually So it was like a show that I watched like a ton when I was a kid, right? Growing up, my cousin, my older brother, obsessed with The Simpsons.
Mhm.
Therefore, I was obsessed with The Simpsons
Of course.
when I was younger. Then around like high school and stuff, probably is when I stopped watching The Simpsons.
Mhm.
At least stopped rewatching old episodes of The Simpsons because I haven't watched like new episodes of The Simpsons in forever.
Yeah.
Still going. Crazy.
Still going.
Still
Started
going.
in the 80s, I think, didn't it?
88.
88.
Still going strong.
That's a long 35 years.
Yep.
Whew. It's a long time.
Yeah, and so I haven't seen an episode of The Simpsons since oh boy.
Since 88?
No, absolutely not. But I remember like the little Bow Wow episode being a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a big benchmark moment. And that's around the time that I stopped watching new episodes of The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
You popped in occasionally when there was a big guest star because they always have guest stars and stuff. But yeah, and then it all got put on Disney Plus.
Yes.
A couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so I rewatched some of my favorite episodes, but then mostly it was just I put it on in the background a lot. I wasn't really watching The Simpsons. It was you put it on, right? Background show. Which isn't actually a very good way to watch The Simpsons because like 90% of the jokes are like background jokes.
Yeah.
And if you ever see a sign in a Simpsons episode, it's a joke. If you ever see a book in a Simpsons episode, the title of that book is going to be a joke.
That's awesome.
So just having it on in the background, missing a lot of jokes. But I just read a book about The Simpsons over the last couple of days, written by one of the main writers and showrunners on it for like, he was honestly, he was like the showrunner on the show for like the golden era, which is like seasons 4 to 8, I think is normally what people say is like the golden era of The Simpsons, where all the real banger episodes are. But I started rewatching it, and you had mentioned that you had never seen The Simpsons.
Correct. Yes.
So I asked you to watch a couple Simpsons episodes.
Yes, and I did.
You did.
I did. Believe it or not.
Wow, that's great. So I had you watch what is I think generally considered maybe the best episode of The Simpsons ever, or at least consensus. It's always on like top 5 best episodes ever. And then I had you watch my personal favorite episode of The Simpsons. So the main one, like the consensus, maybe best episode ever, Marge versus the Monorail. Really, really good episode.
It's very good.
You liked it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I have a general understanding of The Simpsons. I know who the people are. I know some of the other people because of they're in crossword puzzles a lot.
They actually talk about it in the book that I read.
Really?
Which is that apparently like almost everybody who works on The Simpsons really likes crossword puzzles. Yeah. But they don't like that The Simpsons keep appearing in crossword puzzles because it's what they do to kill time at work when they don't want to work. But The Simpsons are always in crossword puzzles.
Yes, it's always like one of like 3 or 4 names too. Like it's
like Bart, Moe, Lisa.
Yeah, I think I got Homer a couple weeks ago in dictionary.com crossword. It's my daily crossword. It's free. Oh yeah, loved it. Classic theme song. I've seen the theme song. I love a theme song. I'm kind of a connoisseur of theme songs. I've seen. I like watching them. I like the songs. A lot of songs on my playlist are theme songs. So it was nice.
Simpsons got a banger, Danny Elfman score for The Simpsons.
Is it?
But then
still the same today?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Still the same theme. What's really neat about The Simpsons theme is it's different. Like the intro sequence is different. They have the chalkboard gag. Lisa's sax solo is different in every episode, and then the couch gag at the end is different in every episode. And it's just like that's what's really good about The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And what ends up making it like honestly one of the best comedy shows of all time is just the density of jokes that they put into every episode. Where it's like even the theme song is like, here's 3 new jokes every single week. It's great.
So good. Yeah, I didn't know about the gags until I looked up the Marge vs. Monorail before I watched the second one, and like the Wikipedia page even has like specific gags and everything.
The chalkboard gag in Marge vs. the Monorail is I will not eat things for money. And then it's the I believe it's the one where it's they go to the couch and it's just like everybody in the town is piled on their couch, right?
Yeah, that was cool.
Great one. What's funny about the couch gags is that they're actually they write a bunch of them, and they will use them as ways to, if an episode comes up too short, they'll use a really long couch gag to fill in time for the episode.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Did you see who was the writer on Marge vs. the Monorail?
Conan O'Brien, I think, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Conan O'Brien was only on The Simpsons as a writer for about like 2 years or something. And mostly he didn't write a lot of episodes. I think there's only like 3 episodes that he's the sole writer on. All 3 of them bangers, by the way. But he was mostly like a punch up guy, just like writing jokes on The Simpsons for a couple of years. And yeah, this is an episode he pitched on his first day as a staff writer for The Simpsons, and it's fucking really good.
It's very good. I do have a Simpsons question. What exactly is Homer's job title? Like what?
He's a nuclear safety inspector, is what I believe is that his exact job title?
Interesting.
But yeah, he works at nuclear safety inspector. Wow. He works at the power plant.
It's got the glow stick in the theme song.
Yeah, which is we'll in the next episode we'll talk about that one.
Yeah.
But, in this one, you only really get to see him at work at the beginning of the episode, which is one of my favorite Simpsons gags where they do the Flintstones theme song.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
it's very catchy.
Which I like to rip off that joke in my mind a lot. Where if something has the amount of syllables to do a Simpsons, Homer Simpson, I will just make up for whatever it is. One that I play in my head a lot is Snake Eyes.
That's awesome. Now I'm imagining you playing Fortnite and just like doing that the entire time.
It happens, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so happy that I know that now. Yeah, it's very catchy. Like, I didn't even know the lyrics, and I was like, you can't. It's the Flintstones theme song. You can't help it.
But the joke at the end of it of the he's about to hit a chestnut tree, and then he just perfect joke.
So good.
This episode also has one of the all-time great voice actors and just regular actors too. He was on like SNL and stuff. Is Phil Hartman playing the guy who sells them the monorail.
It's very good. I like his song.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the things that like makes people like why this episode is like lasted so long, why it gets ranked so high is the monorail song. It's really good. Also a guest appearance by Leonard Nimoy.
Oh yeah, that threw me. Like that's why I looked it up on Wikipedia, because I was like, is that actually Leonard Nimoy, or is that
90% of the time the Simpsons does this a lot, is they are famous for the amount of guest stars they have, and almost everybody plays themselves.
That's awesome.
They have had 3 of the 4 Beatles have been on The Simpsons. Yep.
I was about to ask which one it wasn't on. I
can
remember,
you guess?
I remember now. I'm caught up. I know.
One of the episodes I was almost going to recommend you was Homer at Bat, which is about Homer's playing for the nuclear plant softball team, and Mr. Burns gets 9 baseball ringers to come in, and they have Ken Griffey Jr., Daryl Strawberry, like Wade Boggs. Like they have a full cast of the actual MLB baseball players on The Simpsons. It's great.
Oh my god. I know Daniel Radcliffe was in like one of the Treehouse of Horror episodes. That's the extent of my guest star knowledge.
Oh yeah. If you could think of somebody, there's a decent chance that they've been on The Simpsons at some point.
Oh, I lied to you. I've seen the Cheers when the actors from Cheers came on. And there was another show that I watched that had a thing on The Simpsons. I don't remember what though.
The Cheers setup is actually interesting because the showrunner on the first 3 or so seasons of The Simpsons was the same showrunner from Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Sam Simon, is that his name?
Oh.
Yeah, legendary like TV producer and stuff, and Sam Simon. Worked on Taxi, worked on Cheers. Kelsey Grammer is actually like a recurring character on The Simpsons.
Yeah,
Sideshow Bob.
Yeah, I remember looking that up when I watched Frasier. I didn't realize that at the time.
Yeah. He got an Emmy for playing Sideshow Bob.
I thought for some reason in my head I get him mixed up with Krusty the Clown. So when Krusty came up, I think he was in this episode. I was like, that doesn't sound like Kelsey Grammer. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, no, because it's not. That would make sense. No.
You get a Sideshow Bob episode, like, once a season for the first, probably, like, 7 or 8 seasons. Oh, wow. And then I imagine the character goes away after that. I haven't, checked up to see if Kelsey Grammer's still showing up to do Sideshow Bob all these years later. But, yeah, lot of really good jokes in Martin. This is the model.
I like when Burns goes into court and he's like in the Hannibal and like the dolly and the mask and everything.
I thought you would enjoy that.
Yes. I almost forgot what it meant because in my notes I just wrote Burns equals Hannibal and I was like, I don't know what that means. But yeah, I
think that kind of clicked something in my brain when I'm going back and watching these is that like I used to like wonder why I had like a decent amount of knowledge of just like a million pop culture references, but like for things that I had never even seen. Right. Like I could have I didn't watch I had seen like a couple episodes of Cheers, but I didn't like sit down and watch Cheers until a couple of years ago. But like if you had asked me about like stuff in Cheers, I could like here's all the characters. Here's the main, like, will they, won't they romance thing. Here's the Norm thing. And I'm pretty sure the reason is just because of Simpsons. I think Simpsons just seeded my brain with so many pop culture references that I just know all the pop culture now. Like they've essentially, like, they've parodied, like, Citizen Kane a million times.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, I know a bunch of Citizen Kane references before I saw the movie.
See, you had The Simpsons. My parents, I don't know, I've probably told you about this before. My parents, their jokes growing up, so they would tell that I thought they were hilarious as a child. And then I watched Seinfeld.
Right, yeah.
And I watched Cheers, and I watched Friends, and I watched all these 80s and 90s sitcoms. And my parents were not original. And now I know a ton of random pop culture jokes because my parents decided they're theirs now. The MCAT, the monorail conductor aptitude test. Yeah. Isn't that the nurse exam? As well?
Maybe?
I think that's like a medical test. I don't know what it stands for, but...
medical college admissions test.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Almost certainly intended to be a joke.
I
see, like, it's hard to even do like just a rundown of like, oh, here's the best jokes from the episode, because there's a joke every 3 seconds.
Yes. It was like that stood out to me, and like all the details, like the tiny details and everything.
Yeah.
It like made me feel like it was part of an inside joke the entire time.
Yeah, that is honestly what I would say. Like, Simpsons isn't my favorite TV show. It's definitely one that I love, but I think it might be like the greatest TV show ever. Just because of like when you watch like TV comedies before and after The Simpsons, it's completely different in the way that like like 80s sitcoms are very just like slow. There's not a lot of jokes. There's like, it's like each scene pays off for like one joke,
right?
And The Simpsons just like came in and just started just like everything is a joke. Every scene's a joke. Every joke's got jokes in it. Everything in the background is a joke.
It's so good.
And yeah, it's just it's insane. I don't think there's like anything other than like Airplane and like Marx Brothers are the only other things where I can think of where it's just like literally it's just nonstop jokes. And yeah, it's really fun. And it's actually interesting because I've been rewatching. I'm going through season 1 right now, and season 1 is so much slower in jokes than season 3. So you can tell that the writers just kept like topping themselves and just ramping up the speed of the show over and over again, doing more and more jokes. It's really interesting. The other episode, so I gave you my personal favorite episode, I think the best episode of The Simpsons. You Only Move Twice.
Yes.
The episode where the Simpsons leave Springfield so Homer can go work for a James Bond villain.
Yeah. Yes.
Played by Albert Brooks.
The guy from Broadcast News.
Yep.
That's how I know him, at least.
He's done a lot.
Yeah.
This episode's so fucking funny.
I really should learn to put more details in my notes because I don't know what this means. I don't know. All of the notes I have for this show, I don't understand. It doesn't help that I watched this and like right before I went to bed. I was like, oh, this is
just read me the notes. I want to see what you got.
Okay. Gag with blackboard and ending.
Okay, let me check what the chalkboard gag is in this episode. And ending. Because they played the Scorpio song at the end of the episode, and it's just the lock on Hank Scorpio with the flamethrower while they play the Scorpio song.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of then. Oh wait, I realize it. It's just a note about how it changes every time. It was nothing in particular now.
So you're talking about the couch gag and the chalkboard.
Yes.
The chalkboard gag in this one is I did not learn everything I needed to know in kindergarten.
It's very good. My next note is what's up with Burns?
What is up with him? That's a great question. Because the Mr. Burns stuff is it goes deep.
Yeah, I didn't expect I didn't even know who Burns was. I knew he was a character. I didn't know like how he was associated in any way. Dude's wild.
Yeah. This is another thing I think that makes the show so great is how many characters are in the show and how many appear in like every episode. Because like when you think about like even like Family Guy, it's like, okay, you have like a core cast of characters and then you have a couple side characters who go around and maybe some nameless background characters who show up a lot. Simpsons, like you have like 60 characters who are like all have their own thing going on. They're all in every episode.
That's insane. Is Burns? Who's in? I've seen one clip of The Simpsons, and it's the hams.
Hams. Oh, steamed hams.
Steamed hams. I've seen that before. Who's in that?
That is Principal Skinner and Superintendent Chalmers.
Okay.
And they have some great some of my favorite scenes from the show are those two together, because Superintendent Chalmers is hilarious. There's a great one where Chalmers is visiting and Skinner's got like a newspaper that has like a bad review of the school as like the front page story or whatever, and so Skinner like holds his hand over some of the words so that it reads like a positive thing about the school, and Chalmers is just like, what's that thing that your hand's covering? Oh, it's an unrelated story. An unrelated story in the banner headline on the front page.
It reminds me of like stuff. Those videos where the guy throws the cheese at the newspaper and it like reads. That's what I'm just imagining. I know you made no mention of cheese in that, but there was cheese in my head.
Yeah. Steamed hams is great. That's another one that I almost sent you to watch. But that's from 22 short films about Springfield. Which it's literally just a collection of just like little shorts starring each characters, and so like that one has like its own theme song that goes with Principal Skinner and Chalmers. But like some of the skits are just straight up like nothing but inside jokes relating to those characters and like their catchphrases and stuff. And I was like, the Dr. Nick one's not going to be funny. Makenna's not going to understand any of this, so we're just not going to do this one.
It's not that one. I think I'm trying to remember the reason why I watched the Steamed Hams one. I think one of my friends
it became a huge meme a couple years.
Maybe that's why. I may have saw it on Reddit then. I can't remember if that's
because for some reason, so somebody like one of the Simpsons writers like posted the script that he had written for Steamed Hams, and then that just kind of like spawned off to where people were like reanimating it. Or my favorite one is Steamed Hams, but it's Green Day. And so it's auto-tuned and synced to play with I can't remember what Green Day song it is. But yeah, it's great.
I can only imagine.
I'm sending it to you.
Thank you.
They said it's a Basket Case by Green Day. It's so good. But yeah, You Only Move Twice. So this has Hank Scorpio in it, who I think is one of the funniest characters. This episode is written by John Swartzwelder, who is maybe like the best of the Simpsons writers. He's a super weird dude who is like if you try to find pictures of this guy, barely any exist.
Oh wow.
There was like before the internet, like in the early days of the internet, there were theories that like John Swartzwelder wasn't a real person. That it was like if like several Simpsons writers like they wrote a script together instead of each handling their own script, they would just credit it to John Swartzwelder. That's not true. He's a real guy. But he's like notoriously reclusive and like he never does interviews. He doesn't show up anywhere. The picture you can find of him is from like 1989 as a group picture of the staff writers of The Simpsons.
Does he still write for them? Or
I don't know. Is he still looks like the last credited episode he has is from like 2003.
Oh,
so he's probably retired at this point.
Long break.
Yeah, but super funny guy. Writes some of the weirdest jokes in The Simpsons. which is a lot of what's going on in this episode because Hank Scorpio is a crazy person. There's a couple jokes from this episode that stick in my brain all the time. One of them is when Homer comes in looking for sugar for his coffee. And Hank Scorpio reaches into his pockets and just pulls out lumps of sugar. He says, "Sorry, it's not in packets." Like, what? What is that joke?
Why is it like that? I mean, it would be... I don't know. It would be wild enough if he just had the sugar packets in his pockets. But no.
Yeah, no, he just has loose sugar that he's carrying around. It's such a weird joke. It's so fucking funny. And then the follow up of it do you need any cream? No. When they meet him for the first time and he's like rambling and he does the you see these moccasins? Go upstairs. There's a pair for you in your closet. You don't like them? Neither do I. Get out of here.
Oh my god. It's just every time he was on screen, I would not stop laughing. He's
so funny. The hammock gag where he's naming off hammock stores. Apparently that is Albert Brooks just riffing and making up hammock stores.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He made a whole shopping center for him.
Yeah, the hammock district. On 3rd.
Is it Springfield? I know we're at, but is in the Simpsons in general, is that Springfield, Illinois, or is that just a general, like...
So, technically, Springfield exists in an impossible place.
Oh.
It has... So, one of the jokes is that they spent years alluding to which Springfield in... Because it's like the second most common city name in America. There are states that have more than one Springfield in them.
Of course there is.
Yeah. And so they have like referenced like what states it borders and like it being like bordered by both like Maine and Arizona. There's an ocean on both sides of Springfield. Yeah. So yeah, it's nowhere.
It's nowhere. I want to see a map. I don't. My brain's not computing it.
Yeah, it's just you know, it's its own made up thing. The end of this episode became a much used GIF of mine for the last year after the Seattle Seahawks traded Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos. And then the Denver Broncos had like 1 million primetime football games last season. I would just tweet out Homer at the end of the episode, "The Denver Broncos!" So good.
I have another note that just says cursive.
Cursive?
I don't know what that means. I mean, I know what cursive is, but I don't know how that relates to the episode.
I'm not sure I do either.
I'll have to rewatch the episode now. I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
I don't think I know either. Oh wait. I think I've got something here.
Oh.
Okay, this is a joke. Apparently cursive handwriting is mentioned in the episode when Bart's at the new school.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, so the joke is the teacher asks Bart that if he ever learned cursive, and Bart replies, "Well, I know hell and damn and get bent."
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That was, I think, one of my favorite jokes.
Cursive, not cursing. Yeah, it's good.
It's very good.
Do you know your multiplication tables? I know of them. Of course, one of the best jokes in the episode. Homer, what's your least favorite country? France or Italy? Nobody ever says Italy.
Never.
Yeah.
Oh well, France.
Just a really great show. I've been thinking about a lot because I'm doing a lot of TikTok stuff these days.
You are, yes, TikToking
and
it
so
up.
I've been thinking a lot about jokes and the way you do jokes and stuff. And so I've been thinking about The Simpsons because, like, the thing when I was like growing up, what it always kind of like on the internet and like being told about stuff was that like the golden era of The Simpsons, that like season 3 to season 9 or whatever, is like they had like the best comedy writers in the world all working together at the same place. And when you go back and look at it, and it's like the staff of The Simpsons is actually insane.
Oh.
Of like, yeah, they had Conan O'Brien before anybody knew who Conan O'Brien was. One of the main showrunners is the dude who went on to do like he's one of the main writers on like the Despicable Me movies and Ice Age. Brad Bird, the Pixar director, he was an animator on The Simpsons before he did anything else. Like, they just had a bunch of people who were all extremely talented and just like changing the way TV comedy worked.
No biggie, just changing.
Yeah,
changing.
Pretty nuts.
The game.
Yeah, and then Matt Groening would go on to do like Futurama and stuff afterwards. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I plan on watching more.
Yeah, you're gonna watch more Simpsons?
I'm gonna watch more Simpsons. It's fun.
That's cool because there's a lot of like figuring out what episodes I wanted to show you was like a very difficult process because I was like, oh man, there's so many good Simpsons episodes.
Yeah, there's I saw quite a few tabs there on the Disney Plus. A lot of scrolling of the seasons and the episodes. A lot of things to watch.
So I would say that like, so a lot of people will say that you stop watching around season 8. Okay. That's the end of the golden era. Most I think people will say that you give it through season 9. Season 9's got some classics in it, but season 9 kind of has like an infamous episode in it that is like they say that like killed the golden era of The Simpsons. I think those people are dumb. Including show creator Matt Groening doesn't like the episode. I think it's a great episode. I think it's funny. I think that the gag in it that people don't like, I think it's funny. I go through like season 13. I think the show remains pretty good. And then honestly, like even after that, the show's still pretty damn good.
I mean, it's lasted this long.
Yeah, it remains like occasionally I will stumble across like a new episode of The Simpsons, or somebody will share a gag from a new episode of The Simpsons, and I think the show remains pretty damn good. So, you don't need to watch all of it. You don't need to watch all 32 seasons, whatever it is now. But like, say up to like 10 is pretty good.
It's good. It's a good number.
Yeah.
I like 10.
And you can crush some Simpsons quick.
Oh yeah, like
short shows.
You go through 'em like a hot butter through knife, hot knife through butter.
Hot butter through a knife.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of like spoonerisms. This is not good. Oh yeah, like I like going from like when I watch a show that has like hour-long episodes to a show that's only half hour. Man, you fly through them.
you feel like you're getting through some episodes.
It's fantastic. I love it. It's. I'm almost done with Boy Meets World. I have like.
That's cool.
I think I have like 4 episodes left. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I watched quite a few over the weekend. Getting down to the nitty gritty. I don't think I'm gonna watch Girl Meets World. I think I'll read a synopsis. I don't think I'm gonna watch it though.
That's what I would do. I would say maybe check out the episodes where certain characters come back, but otherwise, you can watch some of them. Like honestly, I just watch like the YouTube clips of like Mr. Turner's daughter apparently makes an appearance. Like they like she's like a school teacher there. I just watched some clips on YouTube of that. I didn't need to watch the whole episode.
There's compilations, I'm sure. They're starting to come up on my TikTok, and I'm like, oh look at that. It's really cute. Like they're all like back together. It's so nice. I think the first Morgan is in it. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think the second Morgan is.
I think there's a joke about it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like the fourth wall breaking. I watched a compilation of that on YouTube, like of all the times they did that. Throughout the series. It's fun. That's a fun time right there. Feels like you're there.
Absolutely.
Especially, I remember you telling me about the one with Minkus and
Oh yeah, when Minkus comes back, it's like in like the
it's when they graduate.
Yeah, it's like the last episode of them at grade school, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh hey, Mr. Turner.
It's so good.
He's just been on the other side of the school this entire time.
I want to know what's going down over there, you know? What's Mr. Turner up to? I loved him. So,
this is a check-in on a previous conversation we've had. Then, so you've gotten to the Plays with Squirrels episode.
I have. That's what I wanted to tell you about. That was so funny.
Yeah, it's really good.
I wasn't expecting it because I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. And there's like the joke where Feeney's like, Mr. Matthews goes, Mr. with Squirrels, and then Corey calls him Eric. He's like, that's Blaze. Like, it's so good. We need to get him on the podcast somehow.
Oh, I would love to. He's we have mutual friends.
We do.
Yeah. He's hung out with the kind of funny guys. So maybe eventually we'll get
Oh my god. He went on a date with the president's daughter.
He did have a date with the president's daughter.
Oh, and he's good in I haven't seen I mainly watched the clip outs of Pod Meets World. He's really good in that. I mean, all 3 of them are really good. But he holds a special place in my heart. I've known him the longest. He was like one of my first crushes growing up. Like, this is
really?
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
I love him. Yeah, that's my Boy Meets World update.
Okay, good to know. You're almost done. That's awesome.
I'm almost done. And then I don't know what's next. I have to catch up on my YouTube watch later list because once I get into a series, it's all I want to watch, and then like I have a bunch of YouTube videos I have to catch up on. But I'll get through those.
You don't have a TV show on while you're watching YouTube?
No.
I do that sometimes.
Well, I think it's what?
Yeah.
I think it's because I watch everything at my computer. So it's like, I don't know.
These days, I'm not watching a lot of new stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I just went and rewatched 30 Rock, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. Now I'm rewatching, like, Simpsons and stuff. And so it's just like, oh, yeah, I've seen this episode 1,000 times. Oh, here's a YouTube video I kind of want to watch. I'll just put that on and just kind of, I'll turn that down.
I'll do, like, crossword puzzles while I'm...
Yeah.
I'll do, because I have to do something with my hands or else I won't, like, concentrate. Like, Like, I'll do crossword puzzles, cross stitch, stuff like that. But yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. I can't say that I'm watching YouTube at the same time.
How much time we got on the recording here, McKenna? Where are we at?
50 minutes.
50 minutes. Okay, let's do something real quick, and we're gonna wrap this up, McKenna.
Okay, cool.
I got a segment that I want to keep doing. I want to keep us updated on each week.
Okay.
Called Football and Football.
Football and football.
Football and football.
If I had a confetti cannon, I'd pop it off right now.
We'll get one event when we get the studio. Then we'll have a confetti cannon set up for football and football.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
So I'm a fan of football. You're a fan of football.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure since they're different footballs, we should keep each other updated on each other's footballs.
I appreciate that. I think so.
So, in the American football landscape, which is the one that I'm interested in, McKenna, the NFL draft happened over the weekend.
Yes.
Very interesting draft. My team, the Seattle Seahawks, I think did a great job. Very excited. We got 3 probably players who are the best at their positions.
Oh wow, look at that.
And very important positions too. We got like the best cornerback in the draft. We got the best wide receiver in the slot wide receiver at least. The best center. So huge improvements to the roster. Couple teams made some really interesting move. The Texans had the 2nd pick and then traded up to get the 3rd pick as well.
Oh wow.
Took the best defensive player in the draft. Took a quarterback. San Francisco 49ers drafted a kicker in like the 3rd round. People thought that was nuts.
That sounds wild.
It's just real interesting time. A lot of real promising guys, but yeah, just mostly care about what Seattle's doing in the draft, which is hopefully very, very good.
Guy from Harrisburg got drafted.
Really?
Yeah, he went to the Jets.
Oh, that sucks.
Zach Kuntz.
Zach Kuntz.
I don't know what round he went in. 7th round. That's
tight end.
Tight end. That's all I know. I think the Eagles had a decent draft. I don't really maybe.
A lot of people are saying the Eagles did really, really well. Mostly they've just like they just keep accumulating draft picks. And so they had a really high draft pick, even though you know that they were just in the Super Bowl last year, which is super uncommon. So they're just continuing to build on a roster. They got their quarterback locked up for a long time. So things are looking good for the Eagles.
The Eagles.
McKenna, what's going on in the world of football?
Oh, let me tell you. I got the table pulled up here. Chelsea, we're in 12th. But you know what? Warm up for next year. It's okay. We'll win next year. Not the Champions League, because we won't be in that. But we'll win Premier League, and then we'll be back in Champions League, and then we'll win in the year that comes after next year. 2025, I think is what they call it. Maybe. Everton in 19th place, probably going to be relegated. First time they've been relegated. Ever. And I can't read the year on their 1878. So
long time.
But you know, they should have been relegated last year. So they have.
Well, also, that's a fake number, right? Because the Premier League didn't exist back till the 90s. The Premier League, because it came around the 90s,
which is wild to me. Whenever I like just assumed that it was as old as Father Time, but no, it just happened.
Yeah, it's about 30 years old.
That's wild. I don't.
Yeah, but it's why the naming convention in their league is so stupid.
Yeah.
Because the second tier is the championship. Right? Mm-hmm. And then it's League One, right?
Yeah.
That's not confusing.
No, not at all. I had explained relegation today at work. That was fun. Yeah, Man City's at number 1 now. They have 76 points. Arsenal has 75. And Man City still has an extra game to play over Arsenal. So
Arsenal's gotta play Chelsea, right?
Yeah, and of course we'll beat them. We'll destroy them.
Well, we have Aubameyang.
We do.
Who was a former Arsenal player.
Completely forgot we had him.
Left Arsenal under not super happy terms.
No.
So,
no.
I mean, if he can keep them from winning a championship, I feel like he's going to take that opportunity.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see All or Nothing, the Arsenal one that came out last year?
I haven't watched any of the All or Nothings.
You should. I've only seen the soccer ones. They're all really good. The one they did one during the 2020 season at Tottenham and Jose Mourinho. That was fantastic. I love him. Yeah, the Arsenal one was during when he left. Aubameyang left, and it was dramatic. There was cameras. It was because he was in, I think, Barcelona. He went to.
He's bounced around a couple different places, right?
Yeah, he's been in a couple of places, but it was like very tense. Which, I mean, I get that they had to make it tense. It's like, you know, kind of pretty much it's a reality show, but it's like, oh boy. I couldn't watch. I was listening, but I was not watching. I can't take that. But, you know, it was good, though. It was very good. When the Man City one's also pretty good, but Man City's really good, so, like, you knew they were going to win. But it was...
They've won, like, 3 years in a row or something, right?
Yeah, something like that. But I think the one that they did it on that year was the year that they had, like, the most points. I think they broke the points record. So that was fun. But it was like, yeah, no, it's Man City doing Man City, you know?
Yeah, they win all the time.
They win all the time. So it wasn't very sad, which was good. There wasn't a lot of those losing emotions. But yeah, so Chelsea play tomorrow on May 2nd, second day of May Day. And after that, okay, so we play Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, and then we play Man City. So, like, we'll have, theoretically, we should have a couple wins by the time we hit Man City. But we'll probably be shit, but that's okay.
Because... So at this point, do you think Man City's got this locked up now?
Let me look at the rest of Arsenal's schedule. Because they might, depending on who Arsenal play. That's not how you spell Arsenal. Arsenal fixtures. Arsenal plays.
Somebody brought me ice cream.
Wait, okay, I don't care about Arsenal. What kind of ice cream you got?
DoorDash order.
Ooh.
From the 31 flavors.
Oh.
So I got this vanilla ice cream with some bananas and caramel, and it looks like some pecans or peanuts.
Ooh.
Peanuts. So yeah, there's ice cream now.
Oh, I'm so jealous. You know, I've completely forgot about it. But so at work, oh my god, I never told you how I stole a lunch last week. But so at work, there's a lunch counter and there's like a number of different items you can get. Like I got a brisket sandwich today. That was the special. So it's not there every day. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I digress. You can get ice cream. And
ice cream at the lunch place?
Ice cream at the lunch place. And I really want to get it. But my last day is Wednesday, so I don't know. Wednesday's supposed to be my last day. So I don't know. I'll try.
You do that. You try.
I will try. I'll come back and report at some point if I get the ice cream.
Okay, we'll get that on maybe. I know that's gonna be like 2 weeks away. The next episode, but
ice cream update.
Yeah, we'll give you an ice cream update on the next episode of Maximum Ruckus. Mm-hmm. But I think that is going to wrap up this episode, Makenna.
I think so.
First episode of the new show.
We did it.
We did it.
It's the premiere.
Next week, we're going to be back with the HBO Max. Mm-hmm. Back to the old show.
Classic.
With our dude, Josh McCouga, talking about Bad Boys.
Bad Boys?
Bad Boys.
Whoa! I'm excited.
So yeah, we'll catch you guys next week to talk about Bad Boys, and then we'll do Maximum Ruckus will be the following week.
Rinse and repeat.
Yep, forever.
Forever.
until the heat death of the universe.
Yeah. We're locked in.
Bye.
Bye.